first day that I got here, I was so excited to be a teacher. And I called my mother that night and said, you know, I'm in the best school in America. That was my first impression of Latin.
I think it was really in our junior kindergarten year of our first child, and meeting with his teacher for the very first time. She cared a lot about his success, and I think that was pretty much a wow moment for us.
Right now we're on the roof of the lower school. This building was the entire school when I was here, the boys' school, junior kindergarten through high school.
We all wore uniforms. You wore navy blue skirts and a white blouse. And we wore on our little gym tunics kind of like a little shield that had a big L in the center.
A lot of memories are evoked as I walk through the school even today.
Just about every room in every building, there was a story.
Our family had moved back to Chicago after World War II, and I was here during the merging of the two schools, the girls' school and the boys' school. We loved having the girls around. I don't know how the girls felt about the boys, but it was an interesting period of time.
We were the people who were sent off to schools around the country in the 60s, late 60s. We were very socially aware.
When I began here, I was 26 years old. I simply have wonderful memories of the kinds of things I did in class. Lots of experimentation, lots of very, very bright students doing wonderful things.
It was a time of growth and exploration and a lot of fun, and it kind of set me on course to where I am now.
For me, Latin was home. It was the people I loved, the place I loved.
We were told when we first came in as parents that we were an integral part of our child's education and an integral part of being part of Latin. And, you know, it was true.
When I look back at Latin and the people or the faculty that inspired me, there were a lot. Everybody had an impact on the way that I think and I learn and I approach problem solving.
Hands down, my fondest memory of being at Latin was taking Greg Baker's celebrated Ulysses course. That one class and that one experience, you know, really changed my life.
It's a picture of Dr. Dolezal and myself, and I'm reaching towards a jar of jelly beans. He was always willing to listen. I really cherish those moments and taking a little jelly bean and getting a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of advice from Dr. Dolezal.
I actually remember I would go to sporting events with Parker in Latin, even when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
The fight song is "Oh, Go You Romans."
Oh, go you Romans, loyal and true. Fight, fight, fight for the orange and blue.
You'll see teachers come, alumni come, you'll see all the students come from lower school to high school. It's jam-packed.
I've seen this sense of pride come from myself that I've never felt before.
Latin spirit's important. You have to bleed blue and orange. You have to make sure that you at least have 5 t-shirts that say Latin on it.
If you make sure the kids have a great experience, then the record's going to take care of itself.
Well, I still have many friends from my school days, classmates, and those friendships last.
There are about 8 of us, all boys, because that was a boys' school then. And we get together every year for lunch on the Thursday before Thanksgiving.
We started the Thanksgiving Day Turkey Bowl, and all the boys in the class were invited, and they're still playing that game today.
I think one of the most important functions in life is convergence. Each time there's a reunion, somebody else who is sort of on the periphery has decided, I'm gonna come. And it's been like watching the convergence happen all over again.
I
I don't know, it's just something really strange about our class, but we just pick up where we left off as friends every time we get together. It's really great.
We went out and we had other lives, and yet still there's that relationship that we have.
I think celebrating 125 years of this wonderful institution reminds parents and graduates that it'll always be a part of them.
If I were to talk to an alum, I would definitely be sure to tell them thank you. Their great achievement has led to what Ladin has become and set the tone for all of us that are coming after them. So I really appreciate that.
The school will continue for another 125 years or more so that our children's children can go to Latin. Their children's children can go to Latin.
I wouldn't spend this much time with the school if I didn't have such good memories and appreciation of what Latin afforded me, and I want to help make sure it's there for other future generations.
It's a part of my life, and I don't want it to stop being a part of my life.
I am very proud. It's a wonderful place that continues a tradition that I'm really glad to have been part of.